The top 9 Karens LGBTQ plus loves to hate.
Wait, how did Karen get the Karen story?
Oh, no.
Came back. Okay.
Okay. So many Karens, so many owls. For those of you who may have lived under a rock for the last decade, the term Karen has come to describe people, generally women, who feel they're entitled to get exactly what they want, no matter the actual rules or how it may affect others. We've gathered 9 of our favorite Karens to hate from the amazing subreddit entitled Karens.
I get the first one. Our first Karen was very upset by acceptance. When she saw someone's Coexist bumper sticker, she wrote a note that she taped to someone's window. She decided to speak for the entire Christian community by saying that the cross was being disrespected by showing it with other religious icons. Woman.
The next Karen, are we going to look at that? Okay. The next Karen wins the Parent of the Year award for compassion. She wrote a letter to Kroger, very upset because of a trans woman working in the produce department. The letter read, quote, "That person in produce, I think, should be somewhere where we don't have to look at he, she, or it. I should not have to be subjected to my grandchildren having to see that abomination while we are trying to get groceries."
She can order online.
Department.
The next Karen had to go for a CT scan, but refused to wear a mask. She wrote a very long story about how she kept escalating the issue as, quote, a violation of her rights, end quote. The story finally ends in her saying how embarrassed she was that a tech finally agreed to do the scan, but only if they were wearing a full biohazard suit. While that was likely the point of them doing so, she was still proud of herself for getting her way.
The next Karen is a special kind of evil. Frequently, barbers and cosmetologists will offer free haircuts for homeless people so that they can get jobs or generally function in Karen-controlled societies. This woman was so upset that she couldn't verify the license of the person giving haircuts on the side of the road that she wanted to call the police.
Karen's always using the police.
I may be a privileged white guy, but I love people of all walks of life. And this Karen, however, has a different viewpoint. She seems to be afraid that white people are going to go extinct. Maybe in her case, it probably wouldn't be such a bad thing.
Karens. But to something lovely. Kids love birthdays. The pandemic made celebrating very difficult for many kids to have their special day. A great workaround was car parades, where family and friends would drive by the home of the person celebrating, honking horns, cheering, and playing music, having a good time. This Karen wasn't having it, though, and decided to stand in the middle of the street to stop one such parade.
And the next Karen. Our next Karen is the gold-digging kind. After cheating on her husband with his best friend and getting the prenup thrown out, she is trying to get even more alimony, even though her ex-husband is living in a hotel since she got the house.
How'd she manage that?
Oh my God. Then there's this California Karen who flipped out on a Starbucks employee, like I used to be, because of the store's mask policy. That seems to be a running theme. After she flipped off the employee, then came back and posted their picture online to try and shame them, people sided with the poor barista and started a GoFundMe for them. After over $50,000 was raised for him, the Karen tried to sue him for some of the money.
That 10% management fee, that's what she wants.
Right.
Finally, we have the kitty Karen. This woman begged her friends online to adopt a cat that was at the shelter. Please, oh please, please take the cat. She decided she wanted the cat for herself, though, and her family, and then posted a rant that the animal had been adopted from out under her. Make up your mind, Karen. Have you had experiences with Karens in the past? Let us know in the comments on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter.
Does anybody have any idea why at the core base of it, we hate these people, but we love these people all at the same time?
It's like pictures from Walmart.
Yeah.
Fascinating, you can't look away.
It's like you just don't understand how there could be people out there like this. However, at the same time, you love to hate them, but Karens can be really harmful, especially the one who called the police on that individual giving the haircut.
Haircuts.
Yeah.
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 Well, it's just like the South Dakota governor. You just can't believe the stuff that's coming out of their mouth.
Yeah.
Like, you don't get the ridiculousness.
Yeah.
It's like they're doing a parody of themselves. It is ridiculous.
Wow.
We're so entitled. We just are
No,
so
just you, Al.
entitled. You want me to give just 10 examples on you? Wait, ask me to give 10. No, seriously.
Can we do it at the
are.
Ritz-Carlton?
Yes. Right. We're
Caviar.
Ooh.
exactly. I love Karen stories. We have done so many of them over the last couple of years. Of course, we've gone through the pandemic, and at Queer News Tonight, frequently it was the only thing that we had to lighten up the news, and we would do a story about this ridiculous, normally a woman, but it's not only them.
That's because the white men are trying to ruin the world by afraid of losing their position. So that's the only reason they're not Karens.
Like, there are a few there's some white male Karens out there.
Oh,
Recently,
absolutely.
There was
Wait,
one who was upset
wait.
at the T-Mobile store.
Turn your head to the right. There you go.
My mom used to be a Karen, and so I started until I
Serious?
started.
Called out mom like this.
Until I started shaming her to her face, like we're all doing to these knives.
And that positively changed the outcome?
Yeah, because she didn't want me shaming her to her face.
Sometimes negative reinforcement
I
works.
need to get your mom's Facebook page because I'm going to share this segment with her.
Like, look what your
I'm
son
sure. I'm
said.
sure she'll be watching anyway. Hi, Mom. Hey.
Well, we're proud of your son in Tallahassee.
Yes, we are.
Here on the news, not so much.
LGBTQ plus news is vital for our community and for the broader world as a whole. We have enough enemies at Fox News. Tucker, Sean, and Laura are loud. We need passionate allies. Happening Out television network, Queer News Tonight, and It's Happening Out are literally out of the closet and into the headlines. Our community needs your support. Like this broadcast and subscribe now to ensure the growth of the entire LGBTQ